I am astonished by Amy from 1000 LB. Sisters continues to utilize her arrest as a pretext for evading familial issues. 1000 pounds, the 8th episode of Season 7 of Sisters, entitled Her Turkey Gobbler's Gone, debuted on TLC on June 10, 2025. In this episode, Tammy underwent skin removal surgery to eliminate excess weight off her body. Amy was present at the hospital for her sister post-surgery, but departed shortly thereafter, alleging that Amanda, Chris, and Tammy had mistreated her. Amy asserted that she has been subjected to similar treatment by her family members since her imprisonment, even claiming that they are indifferent to her well-being. The disrespect mentioned by Amy primarily involved Amanda reprimanding her for flatulence, alongside Chris and Tammy filming her while she was unconscious. I contend that this was a minor matter, and Amy should not have escalated it by unnecessarily referencing her arrest and asserting that her family is indifferent to her. I believe Amy exploited her arrest and its associated stress to elicit sympathy while using it as a justification for her departure from Tammy following the latter's operation. Moreover, this was not the initial instance of Amy exhibiting such behavior. Earlier in the season, as the 1000 LB, the sisters' star readied herself for her court hearing while her family convened to deliberate on the optimal strategy moving ahead. Amy had humiliation regarding her detention, and witnessing her family convene to discuss the matter made her feel singled out. She apprehended it was an intervention and exited the meeting promptly, without hearing its purpose, asserting that all attendees were present to deride and reproach her for the occurrence. I contend that after Amy's arrest for unlawful possession of controlled narcotics and her subsequent camel bite, she has exhibited notably protective behavior. She has repeatedly referenced the occurrences to justify her errors or to evade even minor familial conflicts or issues. Amy mentioned her incarceration at the conclusion of the newest episode 8, manipulating Tammy into feeling remorseful for not attending her wedding ceremony and abandoning her after everything she had endured. In 1000 pounds. In Season 7, Episode 8 of Sisters, Amy contacted her fiancé Brian to retrieve her from the hospital following Tammy's release. During the journey home, she seized the chance to criticize her family, alleging their disrespect towards her. In her confessional, she expressed her relief at returning home, as she was on the verge of confronting a family member who had humiliated her. Amy subsequently informed Brian about the message she received from Tammy, who admonished her for departing shortly after her operation. Upon my arrival at the airport, I received a barrage of messages from Tammy, accusing me of abandoning her and various other grievances. She labeled me as someone who has given up, a coward, and a fool. Furthermore, she refused to listen to my perspective, she stated. I accompanied Tammy during her procedure. However, I cannot help but question my being here, considering she would not even attend my wedding. Amanda departed, although I was present when she awoke, hence she cannot assert my absence. Despite being under the influence of medication, she was aware that I was returning home. However, this morning she reprimanded me severely. Subsequently, while driving with Brian, the 1000 LB sisters star contemplated her imprisonment and the camel incident, confessing that she has perceived herself as the black sheep of the family ever since. She further expressed that she no longer has a connection to her siblings. Amy expressed her belief that her family members had been scrutinizing her every action. They are criticizing me regarding all matters, experiencing irregular respiration, slumbering, and consuming food. I am incapable of executing any task correctly, she disclosed in her confessional. Nonetheless, fans of 1000 LB Sisters respond to Tammy Slaton's grand reveal following her skin removal surgery, acknowledging her significant efforts. Fans of 1000 LB Sisters express immense pride in Tammy Slaton following her skin removal surgery results. 5 years prior, she weighed 600 pounds, and at one point, her weight exceeded 700 pounds. After years of failed weight loss attempts due to poor dietary choices, Tammy committed to losing weight after a health crisis that resulted in a coma. Through diligent effort at a rehabilitation facility, she achieved sufficient weight loss to qualify for weight loss surgery. In Season 7 of 1000 LB Sisters, she disclosed that she had successfully lost 500 pounds. Tammy's remarkable weight loss has captivated followers, who were further elated at her disclosure of the outcomes of her skin removal procedure. TLC recently shared a clip from an episode of 1000 LB Sisters, showcasing Tammy's grand reveal following her procedure. In the footage, she gazed at her reflection in a mirror as doctors unwrapped the bandages from her face. She smiled as the video shifted to her post-procedure interview. Tammy remarked, "It's going to take some time for me to acclimate to seeing myself like this." She expressed feeling strange upon viewing the results, but also felt a sense of pride in having her superfluous skin excised. The video garnered in excess of 18,000 likes, accompanied by numerous favorable comments. One Instagram user, Jestele, expressed, "I am elated for her. She has exerted significant effort." Another user, Bernard Kaufman.184, remarked, "Oh my goodness, the outcome is truly breathtaking." It is heartening to observe fans extolling Tammy, particularly following months of severe criticism on social media regarding her excess skin. The majority of 1000 LB Sisters viewers are genuinely enthusiastic about Tammy, establishing her as a true fan favorite. The detractors who previously disparaged and ridiculed Tammy have been rendered mute, as she has evolved into the optimal version of herself by eliminating her loose skin and inspiring others in the process. Her journey demonstrates that she transcends mere physical appearance and has effectively silenced all skeptics who questioned her after her 500-pound weight loss. Tammy's physical transformation will undoubtedly enhance her confidence and serve as motivation for her ongoing fitness journey. The forthcoming months will be pivotal as they will influence her future. There exists the possibility that Tammy may opt for an additional procedure to further augment her weight loss transformation. She may also consider relocating to a new city, which could result in her departure from 1000 LB Sisters, a decision she has previously contemplated. Regardless, Tammy's pursuit of self-improvement and self-discovery is poised to have substantial ramifications for her future. Tammy's remarkable outcomes from her skin removal surgery will elevate her public persona. Her continuous advancement will guarantee her a prominent edit on 1000 LB Sisters, a fitting reward after years of perseverance and adversity. It will be captivating to observe the subsequent phase of Tammy's journey. She seems to be experiencing unprecedented happiness and is profoundly in love with her current partner, Andrea Dalton. Season 8 of 1000 LB Sisters may showcase Tammy's relationship trajectory, as a substantial segment of her physical transformation and weight loss journey has reached its conclusion. Nevertheless, is Tammy's lover Andrea Dalton from 1000 Pound Sisters encountering legal issues? Andrea Dalton, primarily known as Tammy Slaton's new girlfriend on 1000 LB Sisters, has encountered legal difficulties. Online speculation regarding her criminal background has prompted questions about her ongoing legal issues since her debut on the show. However, is her past as detrimental as her supporters believe? This season, the relationship between Andrea and Tammy has garnered significant attention due to their chemistry and online revelations. The internet is rife with allegations regarding Andrea's contentious past, encompassing mugshots and arrest reports. Many viewers are left questioning the veracity of these headlines. How much is authentic, and how much is mere sensationalism from reality television? This fact-check investigates Andrea Dalton's history to uncover the veracity of her alleged legal issues. Are the circulating mugshots authentic? Were there any substantial allegations? Furthermore, how does her past influence her relationship with Tammy, both on and off the show? Let us scrutinize the facts that underpin these speculations. Following her appearance with Tammy Slaton on 1000 Pound Sisters, Andrea Dalton's name has become associated with legal controversies. Social media has revived her mugshots and purported arrests, igniting speculation regarding her ongoing legal issues. Below, we examine her two documented legal incidents, detailing the charges, outcomes, and whether her record is a relic of the past or a present issue. According to The Sun, Tammy's partner from 1000 Pound Sisters, Andrea Dalton, was apprehended during a traffic stop in October 2021 and faced multiple charges, including reckless driving, operating a vehicle without a license, failing to provide insurance, disregarding traffic control devices, and possession of marijuana, which was reportedly found in her vehicle. Her muted demeanor in the widely disseminated mugshot generated heightened intrigue. Despite numerous charges, they were all misdemeanors and nonviolent. According to court documents, Dalton accepted responsibility, settled any outstanding fines, and the case was concluded without escalating into more severe legal complications. No evidence indicated that the marijuana allegation involved substantial quantities or was intended for purposes beyond personal use. This matter is closed and deemed concluded as per the latest court update. It is part of the legal history of a co-star from 1,000 Sisters rather than an ongoing legal issue. In mid to late 2022, less than a year following her initial arrest, Dalton was apprehended again, this time for failing to appear regarding the October 2021 charges rather than for any new offenses. This incident does not signify a criminal escalation. Instead, it constitutes a procedural infraction. It seems that legal notifications were neglected, resulting in the failure to appear for the arrest. Dalton's mugshot from 1,000 Sisters went viral, inciting additional speculation. She acknowledged her missed court date, appeared before a judge, and settled any outstanding fines following her arrest, according to court documents. This was a standard procedure for rectifying a missed appearance, and no additional charges were filed. The issue was promptly addressed, affirming that it was merely a singular procedural error with no ensuing legal complications. Nevertheless, I believe Amy, a star of 1,000 Sisters, should reevaluate her choice of wedding site. Season 7 of 1,000 Sisters finished on June 10th with Episode 8, which featured a confrontation between Amy and Tammy, reminiscent of earlier episodes. The dispute centered on a reoccurring issue, Amy's selection of a wedding site. Amy's relatives, including 1,000 Sisters actors Tammy, Amanda, Chris, and her mother, declined to attend her wedding due to its location at a haunted mental asylum. They deemed this decision inappropriate and feared that malevolent spirits may attach themselves to them and accompany them home. Amy became tearful multiple times and accused her family of disregarding her happiness. She argued with Amanda and had issues with Chris and Tammy on this issue, as they consistently asserted that their concern was not with her, but with her choice of destination. Considering the disputes among the 1,000 Sisters and the emotional turmoil they are inducing, I contend that Amy should select an alternative venue. This would resolve the conflict, as all parties have consented to attend the wedding if it occurs at a different location. Amy, a star of 1,000 Sisters, was proposed to by her new partner, Brian, at a haunted house located in a mall. Amy expressed that their mutual interest in such experiences made it an ideal proposal for her. However, her family held a differing opinion. Chris found humor in the notion that he had never encountered anyone being proposed to in a mall's haunted house. He was indeed logical. Few have witnessed a proposal in a haunted house. However, Amy and Brian deemed it exceptional and devised a plan to wed in a more authentic environment, a purportedly haunted mental asylum. When her family inquired, she merely stated it was a shared interest between her and Brian. The family initially experienced conflict regarding the situation, but ultimately, each member declared their intention to abstain from attendance due to the perceived risk of possession. The event in question was Amy's wedding, and the family was prepared to forego their own sister's nuptials. Such was their apprehension about the venue. Amy could readily interpret this clear signal and alter the location. Tammy likewise expressed her affection, while Chris and Amanda were not aloof or dismissive, but rather friendly and elucidative until their unresolved debates necessitated their departure. If the destination was the sole impediment preventing Amy's relatives from attending her wedding, altering it would provide an immediate resolution. Although she may have believed her family should have honored her choice of location, their lack of support necessitated a change. Ultimately, the presence of family members holds greater significance than the allure of a specific venue for the ceremony. Furthermore, it would elicit universal satisfaction, not solely due to their unpossessed return, but also because Amy is marrying at a distinguished venue. I contend that Amy is presently entrenched in the belief that her family is being irrational and unfair, which is why she desires to rebel and dismiss any consideration of altering the destination. However, if she desires her wedding to be remembered fondly in the future, she ought to rethink altering the destination. A location populated by loved ones is preferable to a desolate one. Nonetheless, Tammy Slayton of 1000 LB Sisters addresses vaping controversy following skin removal surgery. Tammy Slayton, a star of 1000 LB Sisters, vehemently criticized her detractors who condemned her after a photograph of her vaping circulated online. Previously, Tammy was a YouTuber alongside her sister Amy Slayton before achieving fame on the reality television series. Since her debut in 2020 through the 7th season of 1000 LB Sisters, she has lost over 500 pounds in her weight loss journey. Once weighing 725 pounds, Tammy now presents a markedly transformed appearance. However, this transformation was not easily attained, particularly the final phase, which involved skin removal surgery. Tammy was instructed to cease vaping in order to qualify for her skin removal surgery. Following the procedure, a recent photograph suggested that she had resumed the detrimental habit. Tammy utilized her Instagram stories to refute allegations regarding her return to vaping. She shared a glamorous selfie featuring a new hairstyle, with her blonde hair styled to the side. Nevertheless, Tammy aimed to divert attention from her newly slender visage. She included an extensive caption on the selfie stating, "Everyone freaking out about me vaping, it's not nicotine." Tammy emphasized that she has abstained from smoking for a year. SMH, everybody always got something to say about everything but themselves. She criticized her detractors for their absurdity. Tammy recently participated in a meet and greet where a fan photographed her utilizing a vaping device and exhaling vapor. She faced ridicule online, as many believed she had negated her efforts to enhance her health by resuming smoking. Tammy initially adopted this habit during the 3rd season of 1000 LB Sisters, when she was dissatisfied with her life and resorted to drinking, partying, and vaping as a means of escapism. She became so reliant on it that she asserted vaping assisted her in managing anxiety. Initially, it appeared to be a mere pretext. Tammy was reluctant to cease vaping and refused to acknowledge that it impeded her pursuit of a healthier lifestyle. She had previously encountered severe respiratory problems, necessitating a tracheostomy and a medically induced coma, along with hospitalization for breathing complications. Furthermore, her surgeon had advised her to completely discontinue vaping prior to her skin removal surgery. Tammy subsequently confessed to vaping multiple times daily. Her recent assertion of having abstained from smoking for a year indicates her newfound commitment to self-improvement. Tammy seems incensed that fans of 1000 LB Sisters lack trust in her. She anticipates support during her successes and setbacks, desiring pride in her progress rather than ridicule or accusations of reverting to past behaviors. Tammy has been openly showcasing her transformation on social media, and she wishes to avoid false rumors detracting from her achievements. She urges fans to verify information directly with her before making assumptions or disseminating misinformation in the future. Nonetheless, I exerted considerable effort for this. 1000 LB. Tammy from Sisters commemorates a surgical milestone. Following years of diligent effort, challenges, and health struggles, 1000 LB. Sisters actress Tammy Slayton has achieved a milestone that previously appeared practically unattainable. The reality television personality, who gained prominence through the TLC series with her sister Amy, has now had skin removal surgery after a 500-pound weight loss journey. Tammy disclosed her story in an exclusive interview with People, elaborating on the intense emotions and physical transformations she has undergone. Following 6 years and a loss of almost 500 pounds, I was ultimately granted approval for surgery. Tammy disclosed, "I was utterly engulfed in exhilaration. I exerted some effort for this, and now it has materialized." For those who have been following Tammy since the inception of 1000 LB Sisters, this occasion transcended a mere process. It epitomized a celebration of fortitude, metamorphosis, and the rewards of perseverance. Let us analyze this significant moment and the preceding events that contributed to it. Tammy's weight reduction has been a vital aspect of 1000 lb. Sisters from the outset. The series has chronicled every arduous stage, from mobility difficulties to emotional obstacles. Earlier this year, Tammy achieved a long-anticipated objective, qualifying for skin removal surgery. She journeyed to Pittsburgh for the procedure conducted by Dr. J. Peter Rubin at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. She certainly seized the chance to deliver a joke. The sole thought that occupied my mind was the sandwich. Tammy jested regarding the physician's name. It was a moment of pride not just for her but also for her family and supporters who have stood by her over the challenges of 1000 lb. Siblings of the female gender. Notwithstanding her enthusiasm, anxiety infiltrated her thoughts the evening prior to the process. Tammy acknowledged that she felt more apprehensive about the skin removal procedure than she did regarding her first bariatric surgery in 2022. The night preceding my surgery, I was profoundly apprehensive. The prospect of perceiving her body from an entirely different perspective caused her to hesitate. I experienced considerable anxiety. I was apprehensive about how I would perceive myself without the presence of my tummy. The unvarnished honesty is a contributing factor to the sustained success of 1000 lb. Viewers of Sisters return each season. Tammy confronts the emotional burden of the bodily transformations she has experienced. In this instance, the apprehension was not regarding the procedure itself, but rather the subsequent outcomes. Nevertheless, the operation was a significant undertaking. During an 8-hour procedure, physicians excised about 15 pounds of surplus skin from Tammy's arms, lower abdomen, and chin. This shift alters not only the fit of clothing but also redefines an individual's relationship with their body. What is the status of her recovery? Exceptionally swift. I astonished the physicians with the remarkable recovery of my body. Tammy stated. She returned home from Pittsburgh 4 days ahead of schedule. Her recuperation and fortitude have been consistently recorded on 1000 lb. Sisters, enabling viewers to observe her physical and mental recovery in real time. With her family behind her, it was a genuine collective triumph. Tammy's return home post-surgery was a veritable celebration. Siblings Amy, Amanda, Misty, and Chris received her with enthusiasm and astonishment. During the season finale of 1000 lb, Misty captured the sentiment most effectively. "Oh my goodness, she appears magnificent," she stated. At the commencement, her weight was 730 pounds. We were unable to persuade her to walk to the mailbox. She has now lost 500 pounds. The family's pride was evident. It was not solely about Tammy's appearance, it was also about her significant progress. Misty remarked, "I am immensely proud of her. It is truly remarkable." Instances such as these are what provide 1000 lb. Sisters bear the emotional burden. It is not merely a narrative of metamorphosis. It is a tale of familial bonds, perseverance, and the endeavor to defy skepticism. Tammy's narrative is far from concluded. With the operation completed, she is confidently embarking on a new chapter, unencumbered by excess skin. Precisely. As she stated herself, "I was utterly engulfed in exhilaration." The sensation transcended mere aesthetics. It was about restoring her autonomy, her well-being, and a physique that accurately represents her diligent efforts. For enthusiasts of 1000 lb. Sisters, this is yet another incentive to continue viewing. Tammy remains unchanged, humorous, candid, and really herself. Yet she exemplifies that even the most formidable objectives can be achieved through time, assistance, and considerable perseverance. Greetings, esteemed viewers. Welcome to my channel. I am Mina, and I hope your day is going splendidly. If you like the video, please remember to subscribe to the channel.